Welcome to the episode of Fuck This House. I am Andy Mann, your home improvement guru. When the flannel comes on, the guru comes out. As I stand in the foyer in front of this mirror that makes me look like the cowardly lion. Anyway, let's go inside for a progress report to see how our project is going. The process is processing beautifully as we are in the master bedroom. As you can see, all the contractors and subcontractors have done what they had to do, and it's just down to the little last minute, a trim here or there, touch paint here and there, but it's basically on its way to completion. You see, folks, when you deal with home improvement, you are dealing with lots of different personalities, inspectors that cause unexpected inspections which you weren't expecting in the first place, so that's why it needs to be inspected. There are codes that make your life better when the subcontractors and the inspectors get along, which very rarely happens, but it all works out in the end for the enjoyment of the homeowner. As you can see, the shipwreck came out beautifully. It was pasted onto the floor, and the holes were plugged in from the staple gun that was pushed in through the nail gun, and the painters painted over it to make it look like there were no holes in the first place. It came beautiful. You have the TV. It's a 65-inch TV, and I'm going to turn it on now with the remote, and you're going to see the beautiful picture that the TV will give us. It's a 65-inch high def, and it's really a beautiful. Let me try the remote once again. Okay, we are waiting for the TV to turn on with the remote control that I pressed to turn. Aha! Well, obviously the TV. Let me see if I shut the fireplace is also on a remote control, but for some reason it went on with the TV remote control. Let me see if I shut that. But you know what? We'll leave it on anyway because it is rather cold in here because they did put the foam insulation and an Ardu T2 insulation in the floors, which kept the thermal heatage regulated throughout the whole circumference of the upper level of the dwelling. As you can see, the homeowner chose to go with plantation shutters, which was donated by Scarlett O'Hara, and it took a few weeks to get delivered. But all you have to do is pull on these rods in the middle. Well, they're supposed to open. Maybe it just needs a little R2 D240 to loosen the hinges. But they do open up. They will open up because you never know when the homeowner would like to. Oh, this one seems to be working. To send Morse code to the neighbors in case there is trouble in the bedroom. Please call 911. Okay, as we go through the room, now, this bed, the homeowner told us, it's one of those beds that are adjustable. The head could go up, the feet could go up. The male of the couple said if you put it on 8 on his side, he could perform oral sex on himself. But that's neither here nor there. He also said he had the instructors to install a catapult button, which would catapult the wife into the fireplace that goes on with the remote control for the TV. As you can see, the headboard is really unique, as you have the nail stutterage going throughout the upholstering, and which matches these leather chairs also, which is in somewhat of a sitting area in case maybe they don't want to go to bed right away. They'll sit here with a cup of coffee or brandy and watch the TV, but even though it's not connected to the proper remote, maybe the TV works from the fireplace remote. I'm just thinking out loud, but I'll have to talk to my electricians about that. Obviously, they aren't animal rights activists. This seems to be rabbit fur, but I'm sure it isn't. I'm just thinking out loud. I could really do the lion now. If I were the king of the forest. Well, I'm sure that's basically just because I know the homeowners have a cat, and the cat likes to sleep on here. Otherwise, it would make the rug a scratching post. Now, this rug is a beautiful rug. The coordination of all the colorage, how the gray walls and now here's the chandelier that was somewhere out of the movie Harry Potter. There's also hi-hats, which light up. I'm going to put them on. There you go. There's 6 hi-hats which complement the chandelier. So there's plenty of light in the bedroom. Whoops. I never shut them both off because it gets extremely dark. But it does remind me of a feature. They have the Nest thermostat. This thing is amazing. You could go for the app, and you could control the heatage from all over the world. I mean, the husband said he would like to bake his wife one day when he's on the road. He could turn it up to 120 without his wife knowing. This is almost, let me put the lightage on. This thing is amazing, and it's called the Nest thermostat. It's almost like the that scene from 2001, Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. And you could even, remote control from home. Put it on 70. I will not put it on 70. Please put the heat on 70. I'm going to put the heat on whatever I feel. Well, this is modern technology. Just so beautifully done. Now, let's go into the master bathroom. I'm going to put the switch on for the sconces. Obviously, it wasn't wired right. Let's go over here, put the switch on for the sit. Well, it wasn't. That should have been the other way. But that's neither here nor there. Here we have the tub that was donated from the Cialis commercial. Now, if you look in the floorage, you can see the beautiful pattern that the homeowner chose. It really is beautiful, and it's bordered with the white tilage. The tub filler, amazing. It's just beautiful, a brass copper finish, and I'm going to show you how it works. But obviously, the plumbers didn't hook it up properly, but that's okay. That shall be fixed. Now, this is more plantation shutters. As you can see, okay, these work, and you can look over into the plantation and shut them when you're done looking at the plantation. Even though it's not a plantation, it's just a backyard in New Jersey. This is to hang something, a robe, a towel, when you come out. It's also a valve that shuts off the main water. Maybe that's why the faucet wasn't working, and why the valve for the main water supply is in the wall on the second floor is beyond me. But now, as we go into the master bathroom, once again, more shipwreck is on the back wall, and the homeowners chose to use a gray paint on both sides and the ceiling white. And a very, very smart idea. They bought an apparatus that stores at least 5 or 6 rolls of toilet paper, in case you never know when you have the runs and you don't have to go to Costco or down in the garage where the master supply is kept. So this should be good for at least, well, according to the male of the couple, he said this supply will last them 2 days, but this will last the wife at least 3 years. It also has a little shelf where you could, while you're depositing your fecal matter, there's a little shelf to put the cell phone on, and you can plug in to charge it. And if you don't like the shelf, you just pop it up. Very convenient, and for whatever you want. And it's good for spray, to spray the smell of the fecal process that went on in the process. It's also a self-cleaning toilet. It comes with a cleaning woman who lives in the garage, and once a week she comes up and she cleans the toilet. Let me put on the light for the, well, that's supposed to be for that light. Obviously the electricians didn't, but that's just the little stuff that at the end, this is called a punch list. You see all the things that have to be corrected before you give the homeowner, or the subcontractors the final payment. So that will need to be corrected. Here is a small linen closet with no shelves, which is convenient. You just get the towel, put it in, and let it drop to the floor until you put enough towels to make it reach up here. No reason for shelves, because shelves, you gotta adjust them, and it looks nicer, cleaner, and neater. This is if the homeowner wants to thaw out some meat. You get the meat frozen from the butcher, or if your last name is Carbone and you want to hang out before you take the shower. Now, the beautiful thing about this shower is the tile work that has been done on the floor. We have a plastic, marble, granite cinder block that was glued onto the small squares leading up to a seat, because the seat, you might want to sit here when you wash your feet instead of bending down, or maybe the homeowners have something else in common, which is none of my business. The couple will have their each niche to put their stuff in, but I'm just going to guess out loud that probably the male of the couple will probably have this corner, while the wife gets the rest of this and all of this. They each have found their own niche in the marriage. It also comes with a shower head, which they call a rain shower, which I will now demonstrate for you. Well, maybe there's a diverter, because you have your, I see some kind of waterage trickling out through, the pressure is just perfect. You could have them both on. This is a handheld. If you want to wash the undercarriage of your genitalia, you would get the handheld. I mean, this could be a handheld also, but then it would cause damage, and they would have to re-tilage the floor of the shower area. Still yet to come in the glass door, and with the glass, it'll be a glass opening here, and there'll be a panel here and a panel here. The door should open approximately in the middle, but we had a minor accident when the glazier came to deliver the glass door. Somehow he didn't chock his wheels, and when he was unloading the glass piece to come up here, somehow it slid off and he was decapitated. It was like a scene from The Omen. He's okay now. We heard he's recovering well now. So that's the only, the glass did not break, fortunately. But there is kind of a mess in the driveway, which the cleaning lady for the self-cleaning toilet will clean it up. And then this glass wall will be eventually put in, because, I mean, they can use the shower, but it'll be messy. There will be, all the water would get onto the tile, and they could slip and bang their head and cause brain damage. But we don't want that, because safety is always first in Fuck This House. Now, as we walk, by the way, these are his and her vanities, which is good. They could both do what they got to do instead of not getting into each other's way. There is storage under the vanity. And I mean, once again, the backsplash was figured out by the woman of the home, and it matches the backsplash that's on the floor. So they put backsplash on the floor, and they tiled somewhat of a little portion of the wall with a mirror, just a mirror, because not a medicine cabinet, because medicine cabinets are passe. I mean, everything you have storage. This is a dummy because the pipage is there, so you have that. And this was built around so the pipage fits snugly into there. So this is just for show. This is vanities for dummies right here. There's more storage there, more storage here. And it's the same exact thing on the opposite side. So each person of the married couple has their own vanities, because there's two vanities, one for him and one for her. But they could switch off if they want, whatever they feel the preference of how to use the vanities. As we go, this is, by the way, a picture of the homeowners. Obviously, this was taken back in the 1983, something like that. But I have worked exclusively with these two, a wonderful couple. Vic has lost a lot of hair since then, and Lucy just never aged. She's just amazing, wonderful to deal with. When I was going through the whole plans of the house, Vic had no clue of what was going on, but Lucy, I mean, she wears the pants in this relationship, obviously. She picked out this rustic or vintage looking piece. Like I said, it was all that you have a vase from Home Goods with dead hydrangeas from the yard. Pictures with them on their trips to Italy, and with their two children who have recently moved to Scotland, and they've been down in the dumps. And this whole project is kind of getting their mind off things, and they worked hard for it, and they deserve it. This is a llama flower holder. Lucy is in love with llamas. And this is a little vanity that Lucy purchased for herself, which is very nice. She could do her makeup here and say, mirror, mirror on the wall, why did I marry Vic? But that's neither here nor there. She could keep all her makeup and stuff and whatever she wants. This is a macrame stoolage that was knitted by an old lady in Lakehurst, New Jersey, and just before she passed, she called Lucy, and on her deathbed, she whipped this out from under the bed and said, I want you to have this. And that's the story behind that one. This mantle was custom made, Amazon, and she got it for I think $17.99, which you give the measurements and it sits right here. Eventually we'll figure out how the TV has somehow looked in with the fireplace. Beautiful self-standing long mirror. Lucy said you don't hang it, you just lean it. That's the style. You just lean it, which is good because it's less work for Vic and less holes to make, because no matter what Vic does, he's not as handy as me. He just screws things up. I mean, the stuff we had to do during Fuck This House that Vic just had no idea what he was doing. Made holes, and we had to plaster. Now, we're going to go into the walk-in closet. Put the light on. Well, obviously, the electrical wasn't wired right for this. But that's nothing. That'll be on the punch list. I don't know if you could see in the dark, but this is a walk-in closet, which was done by Closet Tech, which I highly recommend. They did a beautiful job. Now, this is the attic, and you pull this string. You got to be careful, because the last time I pulled this string, a train derailed in Connecticut. So, now, as you can see, all these compartments and cubby holes and whatnot, and it's just probably this is Vic's section right here, this here, and the rest is Lucy's. It's amazing how much stuff women can accumulate But if we could open the attic and somehow... Oh, did you hear that explosion? Something just happened in Connecticut. The attic opens up and the stairs unfold. And you walk up the attic. You walk up the stairs to get to the attic. Now, to come out of the attic, you would walk down the stairs. The stairs, they unfold, and I had to put these little Velcro, not Velcro, but like velvet cushions under the floor, so you don't scratch the beautiful floor, which I'll show you better in the light outside. And there's also plenty of room for storage up there and whatnot. Here's the floor I was talking. Beautiful floorage. The way the color of the floor coordinates with the rug and the comforter and the pillows. It's an amazing thing, because when Closet Tech was here, there was some kind of miscommunication, because it was supposed to be reversed. For some reason, Lucy, excuse me, wanted this on that side, but they spoke it out and they reconfigured it, and they did it probably the best they could, according to what Lucy was saying. But Lucy said, instead of doing this, do that. And they did that, because this was done like that, and that was over there, and this was here. And he, at first, the man was kind of embarrassed. He closed the pocket doors, by the way. These are pocket doors, by the way. There's one pocket door here and another pocket door here. And it goes, they both slide into the wedding picture. And that's, see, when you put the pocket door that way and you put this one all the way in, then you don't see them, because they're built into the wall. But when you open it, it comes out of the wall, because it's coming out of a pocket. So getting back to the Closet Tech guys, he thought, he pulled me aside, he says, Andy, man, I think the Lucy wanted it this way. He was very embarrassed, and we were talking through the door, like Rocky. Yo, Adrian, I never talked to no door before. And he finally came out. And he finally came out of the closet, and I hugged him and I kissed him. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. So there you have it, folks. We'll keep you updated with more progress of the progression of the master bedroom, master suite, master bathroom, master of his domain. And that's it. I am Andy Mann. And thank you for joining me once again on Fuck This House.